Imagine moving into a peaceful estate while heavily pregnant, only to discover your next door neighbor is the angriest man alive. But what if that same man ends up saving your life and healing his own broken heart in the process? Today's movie recap is one emotional roller coaster filled with drama, heartbreak, unexpected romance, and one shocking secret that changes everything. This is chaos next door, and trust me, you will want to stay till the end because this neighbor relationship starts with pure hatred but ends in a way nobody saw coming. The movie we are recapping today is Chaos Next Door, and it's on Nolly's Family TV on YouTube. Bimbo Ademoye played the role of Nora, and Daniel Etim played the role of Maverick. Nora moved into a new estate while heavily pregnant. Her boyfriend that she got pregnant for left her and refused to claim the pregnancy. Now already, life is not smiling at this woman. She's abandoned, emotionally stressed, and trying to survive on her own. But instead of finding peace in her new environment, she accidentally moves next door to the human version of Bad Vibes himself, Maverick, played by Daniel Etim. And the crazy part, these two are about to become enemies over the smallest things imaginable. From the first interaction, you can already tell this estate is not big enough for both of them. 1 minute is the water problem, the next minute is noise complaint. Then suddenly these two are arguing like an old married couple. Honestly, if you had neighbors like this, would you survive 1 week? Comment below, because me personally, I'm moving out immediately. And let's be honest, why do Nollywood neighbors always behave like they are auditioning for WWE? Maverick is cold, rude, isolated, and clearly carrying some deep anger. Meanwhile, Nora is emotional, pregnant, exhausted, and trying not to completely lose her mind. So every encounter between them becomes a battle. But slowly, very slowly, small cracks begin to appear in Maverick's hard exterior. At first, his tiny act of concern. Then he started helping her here and there. And before long, the same man who couldn't stand her starts becoming protective over her. But what Nora doesn't know is that Maverick is hiding a devastating secret from his past. One day, we finally learn the truth about why Maverick behaves like a man allergic to happiness. And honestly, this revelation changes the entire movie. Years earlier, Maverick was a doctor, but during a tragic medical emergency, he lost both his wife and unborn child. Imagine carrying that kind of guilt every single day of your life. That trauma completely destroyed him emotionally. He shut himself off from the world, stopped living, even stopped practicing his job as a medical doctor, and basically turning into a ghost trapped inside his own pain. This is why I always say sometimes the people who act the coldest are fighting battles nobody can see. After discovering pieces of his past, Nora begins to understand him differently. And surprisingly, Maverick also starts seeing Nora as more than just the annoying pregnant neighbor. For the first time in years, this man slowly starts feeling human again. And you can literally see the healing happening. The chemistry between them becomes softer, warmer, more emotional. But of course, Nollywood will never allow peace to last too long. Because just when things start getting better, disaster strikes again. Nora suddenly goes into labor during an emergency situation. And remember, this woman is practically alone. No support, no partner, nobody. At this point, panic takes over completely. But then, the one person nobody expects steps in. Maverick, the same grumpy neighbor who once argued over every little thing, suddenly transforms into a lifeline. Using this medical experience, he delivers Nora baby himself And honestly, this scene is one of the most emotional moments in the entire movie. I'm not even going to lie, this was the exact moment the movie officially won me over. Because imagine trusting the man you spent half the movie fighting to deliver your baby. After the successful delivery, something changes permanently between them. Maverick begins bonding with the baby, and for the first time since losing his own family, you can see hope returning to his life. Nora too starts realizing that maybe love doesn't always arrive the way we expect. Sometimes healing comes disguised as chaos. But just when everything finally feels perfect, the baby daddy suddenly returns. Yes, the man who abandoned Nora magically appeared from nowhere. And according to him, he was falsely in prison all this time. Now, obviously, Nora is confused because this is the father of her child, but deep down, she starts seeing the difference between a man who disappeared and a man who stayed. Ladies and gentlemen, this movie quietly asks one very important question. Do you choose the person who talks or the person who shows up when it matters most? As the story reaches its emotional climax, Nora finally sees Maverick for who he truly is. Not the angry neighbor, not the broken man, but someone who genuinely loves and protects her. And in the most heartwarming ending possible, Maverick proposed for Nora after all the pain, all the arguments, all the emotional scars. These two broken people finally find healing together. And honestly, that's what makes Chaos Next Door beautiful. It's not just a romance movie, it's a true story about grief, second chance, and how love can quietly rebuild people who thought they were beyond saving. So guys, after hearing this story, will you give someone like Maverick a second chance, or will you rather go back to your baby daddy? Or will his attitude at the beginning be a completely deal breaker? I want you to drop your thoughts in the comment section because I really want to know. And if you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notification for more emotional Nollywood story. This is Nollywood movies recap, and here we recap Nollywood movie that are trending on YouTube. If you really love Nollywood movie and you think I can't sit down and watch 2 hours, 3 hours movie, then this is where you should be, because here you will see the recap of this same movie, and I can assure you that you will enjoy it. Thank you. Bye.